Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We are back and we are finally, in my mind, getting to the Sci-Fi Colonist farm. Um, I was posting yesterday on social medias that you just don't see that many farms in sci-fi. You see a lot of references to farms, but visually, you don't see the farms very often at all. And of course, the pedantic squad came out and we had like a bunch of like, but all the you know, utopic things in Star Trek and, you know, post-apocalypse. And I'm like, yeah, there are A, I never said there were none. There are some. But B, there are almost always low-tech farms in a semi-high-tech or post-apocalypse world. Like the point is they are low-tech, not that they are sci-fi farms. They are farms in a sci-fi world, not sci-fi farms. Morning, Brian. But anyway, today we're going to make our own actual sci-fi farm. Not going to be incredibly high tech because it's a colony world, but it's definitely going to have the trappings that someone who is actually trying to farm using technology, however limited they have, would do so. So let's get started with the landscape first. I'm going to create a plane, and I want it about, I think, 60 meters on a side is what I'm going to go with. So there we go. We got it as a plane. Does that feel big enough? We could go a little bigger. Let's go 75. So it feels kind of real. And the first thing I'm going to do is edit. I'm going to add a driveway over here on the side. Then I'm going to take this one and subdivide it once into 3 areas. Is that enough for me? This is kind of where I was thinking. Um, Maybe I will take this edge here and GG and bring it this way a bit. It means this field's going to be a little small, but that's okay. So we're going to have our 3. That'd be our living area, our driveway, and then 3 fields. I'm going to set the fields up a little bit first, but not a lot. And we're going to kind of go with like a Japanese rice paddy field idea here a little bit, in that they're going to be into the ground. And then E down like that much. Yeah, 0.5, half a meter down. Okay. And then I want to put here and here, but not here. I guess I can't really do that there, can I? Have to do it here. Control R. Just do fine. KY. There. Now 2 GG. I'm going to bring it over just a bit. I'm going to take this one and this one. Then this one and this one. No, I don't even need this one. This one. Control bevel it out just a bit, like that, and that, and that. And I'm going to go E 0.75. So we have a bit of a wall kind of thing going on there. And okay, that'll do, I think, what I need. Right. And let's just start saving. Where am I? Not where I need to be. Up. New. 23, 10, 27-1. Live stream farm. Good morning. How are you doing today? Just getting nicely started here. Yeah, Brian. They're definitely like post-apocalypse has the most farms of all sci-fi. I just don't really think of it as sci-fi anymore. I mean, post-apocalypse has kind of grown to a point where it's its own genre. It's like saying punk is technically rock music. I mean, yeah, it is, but no one thinks of it that way, you know. And it's kind of the same vibe with post-apocalypse. Like, yeah, it totally is. I'm just gonna. Um, yeah, it totally is. That's true. I won't deny that, but I'm just gonna take this, and E.75. But it's kind of not too. Um, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just interesting that like those are the examples people bring up. I'm talking like sci-fi. So Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, Star Trek that's not a utopic bullshit planet. Um, that kind of thing. Um, The Expanse had a little bit, but again, not a lot considering like not talking about Ganymede because that's like hydroponics in its own thing. But like season 4, what are those colonists eating? What are they planting food? Um, yeah, lizard on a stick. Always good. All right. Anyway, so there's our ground. And yeah, let's go ahead and just do we want to give it a material? Yeah, let's give it a material too. Why not? Um, we're not going to use auto trainer today, but I think we'll use the auto trainer shader because I like it and throw it on there. We are updating our shaders. Did it not give it to me? Come on. Oh, my edit mode can't do it in edit mode. That's why. I was like, what? Okay, so just this ground. Pretty simple ground. Okay, and let's move this off to the new area. No, no, you don't see the lizards. It's all a conspiracy. um, so we're going to start working on the structures now. And we're actually going to use, I think, a Japanese house kit from auto building as a basis for it. Let's pull it in. And we're not actually going to make a Japanese style house, but we're going to use the panels to get kind of what we want, I think. And I think we're going to have, so let's come in here, tab. We're just going to edit. We're going to turn off the kit for right now. I think we're going to have 2 structures. One's going to be a barn and one's going to be more of a house shape. And cylinder. GZ1 up S shift C out to like, yeah, we'll just take it to an even 6 meters. 6-meter structure. Morning, Michael. Yeah, what I was kind of saying too is that you see where it's in the story a lot, but you don't see the actual place that much. Like, oh, we have farms. How do you know? Because we talked about them. Great, but you didn't show them. There we go. Okay. Now that's 2 meters high. I think we're going to take this roof section and GZ up like 0.5. It'd be fairly low, right? Let's bring our dude over and take a look. Yeah, maybe we want a little higher than that, but not a lot. I think that actually might be pretty good for this. Just a touch higher, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, and I would say that that's not a farm. I mean, like it is farming, sure, but like a greenhouse isn't a farm. A family garden isn't a farm. A hydroponics room is farming, but I think it's its own thing more than I would call it a farm. Yeah, we can just write that. I was afraid of that. Now, AM distance. Okay, there we go. And I know I'm being pedantic in this sense. Like, I get it, I understand, but I just think it's worth thinking about sometimes. Who knows why? Let's see, face, poke faces. It doesn't mean it's bad, but it's just interesting. And you learn more by seeing what you don't see sometimes when you think you are seeing it than you do otherwise. And I'm going to go like that. That looks good. I think that looks good. We could do it differently though. Maybe we won't do it this way. Let's see. Turn off O. So we take it up to there, and we could take this one. So we'll change the angle a little bit, just for interest. And I'm going to LP, separate the selection, solo it, tab. Three. Object. Where am I? I get rid of this. This is my way. Close area. Tab. Object set origin 3D cursor. There we go. And now materials wise, we need to do a little bit of play in here. So first off, we do have two links. Good, we do. Tab. This I'm going to set to empty wall A, assign. These I'm going to set to ID none, assign. And these I'm going to set to roof slope, assign. And these, we can set these to none as well. Tab, and let's turn on our kit. And we have, yeah, the Martian is definitely not a farm. That's a garden. Right, okay. So we got that set up. And the reason we did this, it gives us this ground around, which we wanted. And now we can come back and edit. Let's go back to this. We grab those, and we come down to auto building, creases, and we set it to 0.48, sure. And now if we turn back on this, we got these cool poles going all the way around. We may not even want all of them actually though. Turn this off again. Yeah, let's just select every other one. Select, check or deselect. Cool, that works. And turn it back on, much better. So, yeah, my hill that I die on as the Martian is not a farm. Just cause. Okay. And come on. Let's save while you're thinking. Come on. Why are you getting all weird? Why are you so thinking? You shouldn't be thinking this much. Hopefully we didn't lock. Yeah. Yeah, this is a colonist farm. This isn't enclosed. There's no fucking buildings here. There's the one resource they have tons of is land. You know, there are like 15,000 people on the entire planet. They're gonna build farms outside. There's no point in this is not cyberpunk. Um, or Coruscant. Why are we locked? Why are we taking so long though? What's going on? Blender, what are you doing? Are you doing anything? There you go. I don't know why you wanted to take so long there. Okay. Um, everyone's like, yeah, Seth's ranting again. All right, fine. We know. We know. It's true. It is indeed true. 3. Select this one. Just that one? Just that wide? Let's just see what happens. We come out. SX0? No. SY0. There we go. And that's kind of cool. And save. We come back in. Neat. I like that. We need to build some techie bits so that it does feel sci-fi. And I thought about modifying the kit, and I figured I'm just going to put them in myself manually on this one, and maybe we'll modify the kit later. But we're not quite done either. This feels just a little too, I don't know, simple. 1 plus 3 E2. Take it up another level. Yeah, that'll work. And then let's see if we just grab this loop here and E and Alt S. Sure, but we're not going up. But we just do that GZ and down. Cool. That should be good. And then if we can take these ones here, and if we go look at auto building for walls, we can start putting some options in here. Windows, let's see. Well, the first one, I'm going to make them all A for panels, or even wood wall E. Let's go E. Assign. Then we're going to select, check or deselect, deselect 2, or even 3. 3, yeah. And we'll make those windows with B. Essentially, we're gonna do a little more than that, but that's basically the vibe we're going for, yeah. Like, okay, cool. Turn it back on. There we go. We have some windows now. We could do the same thing down below as well. I think might be good. I'm gonna. Did I do panel fill or do I do wood wall for these? I said wood wall. Is it working? It's on deform. It should be there. And no, we are. We're wood walls. Cool. There they are. They get a little weird when you get further away. Looks like in the viewpoint, but they're wood walls. Good, 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 good. Maybe I'll do the same thing here. Turn this off. Okay, we're gonna need to take anything that is ID 0 and hide it. Cool, so we can come back in here now. Select that loop. And select, check or deselect. Cool. And let's go with wall A, assign. And then I want to keep track of which one is which. Select, check or deselect. Need to come to here. Yeah, those are different. Good. And then selected 2. Can I do that? And still have it not be. Well, it doesn't even super matter, I guess. And then Windows, which is B. And maybe we'll do around each. Let's do that actually. Assign. And then here, assign. And then no. There we go. Assign. And assign. And assign. So they're not the same panel everywhere, but cool. Kind of very, again, it's got a very Asian vibe to it, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I like our overhang here quite a bit. I like our little patio area quite a bit. I like that window, damn, unfortunately. But maybe here, yeah. E. I'm gonna go normal. GX. Extend that out like that. Yeah, that's cool. And then this one. Do we have a flat roof? We're gonna see if we do. Sure, we do. And maybe let's make it wood all around here for this one, which is E. Cool. Kind of a weird top thing, but whatever. Let's select, let's turn it off for a minute, just so we can see what we got. 2. Select this, 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 and this, and give it a crease of 0.48. Yeah, I'm Bob Ross who swears more. Yeah, that's kind of accurate. Happy little trees. Fuck off. No. Sorry. Let's see, SX0. Good, we can flatten that out now because we're that way. And material, I want to go with empty wall. Are these the same? No, B. Assign. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yes. That's what we wanted. That's the material we wanted. I think we actually want that here too. Um, turn it off. 3. And assign. That might be better. Yeah, that is better. That's what we wanted. Because it gives us something to put some stuff on, which we're going to do in just a minute. But before we do that, I think we're going to come back in here and build our barn first. So let's turn this off. Here. Actually, probably here. Shift A, mesh, cube, dot. There we go. Now, how do we want to do it? S 3. There we go. Maybe not 3. S2.5. There we go. And E to there. Cool. And E to there. Cool. A, GX, move it away from a wall just a little bit. A little more. Okay. Then we're going to want everything here. Tab. Join it to here. Tab. A, L. Or make everything empty walls A. Great. Shift D. E. Out. L. None. Assign. And wall flat. Sure. So we come back. We get that. We turn it on. And we have our structure starting to come up. Now, turn it off again. Control L. L. P section. Now it's its own building, just in case we need to do changes to anything. Nice. All right, tab. I'm going to 2 and select those. Yep. And this, and this, and this, and that. Sure. No, not that. We don't want that one. And we're going to crease it to 0.48. Again, cool. And then we're going to take 2 and GZ. Actually, do we want to? How do we want to do? Yeah, what's the best way to do it? Sure. Do that to there. And then we're going to go K, or C rather. No. K here, right, to there. And K here to there. And then this. I don't know if I want to. I have another idea for the roof this time. Let's just leave it alone for that for right now. That looks cool, right? And now let's make that. Let's just see what it looks like with empty wall B, and it's wood, and it looks kind of garbagey. It's all right, but kind of garbagey. Select. Let's make it wall C. See what we get. Wall C is good. Nice. Roman artifacts is awesome. That's cool. Yeah, there's our garden. Let's come in. Let's just turn this one back on now too. Got turned off before, so we can kind of see what we're doing. There's our barn garage structure. Where we can put our car too. Save. Now, I want to grab a different roof than comes in this kit for this one. To, again, kind of differentiate and make sure we know that there's some techie bits as well. And unfortunately, cat and lap is required. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm going to use something from the new Big Medium Small kit, which they have yet to put the Blender Asset Browser version out for. Jama said it'd be a couple of weeks, so I actually have to go through and copy paste it and open it in a different file, the old school way. But big, medium, small. Tokyo. Street assets, I think. And 2K should be fine. 1K is probably fine, but I'm a snob, so we'll go with at least 2K textures. I mean, as I've said before, I kind of can't say enough good things about these kits. These are some of the best. These were made by people who knew what I want kits for, which is nice. So this is their Tokyo set, which would be amazing for doing Cyberpunk, and we will probably do something fairly soon, but it's kind of out of keeping for this world right now. But this roof has been calling to me. Copy objects, paste objects, objects at origin, 3D cursor, objects at origin, geometry to origin. And let's see, GZ. And is just beautiful. We could, actually I kind of like it even up kind of slightly like that. Could be kind of neat to do something like that, but we'll just rotate it. I'm gonna go to color. G there, center point there, it's close enough. 3D cursor to there, rotate 3, yeah, so we can see our angle. Wall. Now we can also make it just bigger. And that works. And now rotate longer. We could array it too, but since there's no, my scale got offed. Oh, that's because I didn't have it on normal or local. Well, either way, it's going to be a bit weird, isn't it? Normal, yeah. Still going to be a bit weird. We'll have to readjust it, but that's fine. Global 3, because it started angled, but it's fine. And normal, sure. Gonna bring it up a bit, like that. Even be a bit more. But let's go global. So we will do a bit higher, and then we'll just come through and edit it, because I think that'll be cooler too. Alt D, RZ 180. And we're gonna have to make this one longer as well. And then re-rotate it again, sadly, but that's fine. There we go. Cool. Global 7. And bring it so it kind of comes in. We'll get it reasonably close. Good enough for farmhouse. Cyberpunk and rain, very possible. I mean, it is sort of a staple. If you're going to do it, you kind of have to, right? Cool. Solo. Two. GC. There we go. There we go. So now we have a tin roof. So we've now instantly said, like, it's not just going to be a fantasy world, which we with this roof you couldn't tell. Although we'll add some other things too that I think will help with that. Maybe from the same kit since we have it open. Just have some neat stuff here. What's this? It's like metal gratings and just fun shit. Some of it makes no sense for this world, but since it's kind of greebly, like, what is this? It's greebly. It's cool. We're using it. Copy objects. And where do we want to put it? I think we're going to put it here. Control V, or tab, Control V. Object set origin to 3D cursor. Object set origin, geometry to origin. Dot. There we go. And we can scale it up to make it bigger because it's just going to be some greebly bits. Rotate it. Bring it out. We're not quite that far out. There we go. I guess it's a thing, but it is cool. I like it. We need to add some more things. And then we got to brighten things up a bit too, because I keep saying the word thing, but I gotcha. I realize that I have now set myself up as being incredibly intolerant about such things, but I'm really not. It's just every once in a while I just kind of have a moment where I'm like, ah! I mean, I deserve it because, like I said, I am definitely setting myself up as some kind of like intolerant asshole for such things. And I don't know, maybe I am. Hope not. It's more for me, if I had to explain how I feel about it, it's that if you could do it the right way, why would you do it the wrong way? Like, why would you limit yourself to cogs on a fucking top hat if you could actually make something of interest? Because cogs on a top hat is not interesting, at least to me. Maybe some people find it interesting. That's the other thing too, of course, right? There we go. But I don't find it interesting. Um, I was asking a question yesterday on Mastodon about do you try to make your art, new? And the number of people who were like, "What are you talking about?" Basically, it just made me sad. It's like, but all right, save. Yeah, everyone has their own pet peeves, but not everyone does channels and vents them out loud. That's the other side of that I have to acknowledge is that some Ghibli movies do have some interesting steampunk elements, and um, yeah, actually, and some cool diesel punk too, which is another thing I quite like when it's done well because it can be punky. My biggest thing with anything that has the word punk in it is that it better be dirty and anti-establishment. If it's not dirty and anti-establishment, it's just not punk, which is why I hate solar punk so much. So much as a name. I like the genre a lot. Just can't stand the name. All right, so let's put a door here. And we just get a what kind of door do we want? Go grab one from my other kit. That might actually work well. Or yeah, let's do that. Problem is I'll have to bring in the kit, right? Because I have failed to. That should be okay. Let's make sure it's okay. We'll delete it later. Buildings. I like the Old Town one. That one may have been applied, which would be fine if it was. It should be utopia. It's utopic sci-fi. That's what it is. That was the term for it in the old days. It's not punk. It's utopic. And utopia is awesome. Like that's great. I'm glad. Yeah, that's a door. I don't like it being pink, but I think we'll use this door here. Scene collection. Also good. Hard to argue with that. That, yep, cool. Over here. Object set origin 3D cursor. Object set origin geometry to origin. There we go. We may have to change the color though. RX90 and global. RZ. Maybe not global. Local. I keep doing global, but I'm like, then I'm gonna want it somewhere. And there. Cool. Tab. Tab. Shading. I do not like that color. So hue random 2. Let's see if that changes it. 3, 4. You know, I don't need it to be random anymore because we're not really making it part of a kit. So it can just be a single door. And color. There we go. That's fine. Just a door. And go back to layout. Save. So we got a little bit of greebly bits there. Greebly bits there. We need to add some more. I think I'm going to add some of mine versus just pulling stuff from something else. Unassigned greebly bits. I do like this thing here. Always like this thing. Let's set it here. Oh, I know what I need to do too. Soon. Got to keep track of the times. Cool. Yeah, that's just a neat part. I've always just thought it was cool. And it glows too, which is neat. We got some glowing action going on. And oh, I know what I was going to grab. Right. I was thinking of this earlier. Kitbash 3D, Future War, props. There's this thing. Let's see what it looks like. Why the sad face, Enemy? We're still thinking. It's loading up this material for the first time. We're going to jump to the farmy part soon, which is to say geoscatter. Ah, right. I couldn't get into playing Myst. I really wanted to, but it was I just couldn't. I found it quite frankly, I found it annoying. But I know it was cool. Like it wasn't that I thought it was bad. I just was like, random puzzles that, not my style. Okay, cool. So what does it stick onto? We need to rotate it. There we go. Solo it. edit it to EGZ. Cool. Good deal. There we go. They were beautiful, man. Like I bought them and I looked at them. I'm like, this is very slow, and there's no real hint. So it's just like run around, click this lever, click this lever, click that lever. I mean, I do have ADHD, like clearly. So, um, yes, I know that phase too. Okay, 3. Let's select these faces. Tab, Shift Q. We're going to put in Anmi's favorite things. Cables. Yeah, F9. Going to increase the droop just a bit. Okay. Increase the radius. Bit. Cool. Couple cables. Always good. So why we have that sticking at the side of a house, I don't know, but we do. And now, I bet you, I'm gonna come to here, turn this off. Let's see if I can cheat this motherfucker. I think I can. Tab E and bring it over and up to there. That looks good. Cool. And this one, E and over. Not that far. And up. Sure. 2. Now if I select this one and this one, let's see if I can't make them a crease of 0.48. Now let's see if that gives it to us. Yes! Check it out. Posts. This made it more boring. It was the biggest thing. I was like, right, whatever. To this day, I hate puzzle quests. It's like in my Dungeons and Dragons games. The thing I hate when I'm playing more than anything else are traps. Like, fuck right off with your, yeah. That's me. Let's see. Can we do one more? 2. Control R. Yep. Control R. Yep. 1. F. 2. And give this a crease of 0.48. Oh yeah. Scaffolding. Gotta love it. Okay, so that's starting to feel like that's techie. So let's move on to techifying something else too. I think it's time for ye old radar dish or radio dish, whatever we want to call it. That's fine. Cool. And we'll move it over a little bit. Cool. Save that sucker. And then this is their solar panels on the roof here? Sure, I think yes. Absolutely. And let's see what happens. If we come here, turn this one off, tab, alt hide. There we go, bring it back. And now to this one, and this one get a 0.48. And on, we got, yes, we have a thicker structure now. That's what I wanted. This is well, we're going to see flora. Since geoscatter slows everything down quite a bit, I'm just kind of waiting to do it till the end. That was my thought process. Now I want to take all these old town things now because I don't want them around. Don't need them, and they're a little bit big. Old town, old town, old town, and delete hierarchy. There we go. Gone. We can just get rid of this guy too, because I just wanted it for the door. Oh, we're gonna play Where's the Light Source? Although I'm thinking it's gonna be kind of darker, because I kind of have an idea for something else too, which I guess I'll lay out before I put the plants in, just because I'm doing it. Control R. Yeah. Went all the way around to there. Control R didn't. Great. Well, we'll just do them on our own. 7K. Actually, I don't even need to do that because I got the point. I just need the point. Got the points. Got the points. 1. This one. 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 Not that one. This one. This one. This one. This one. And this one. Is that all of them around all 4? I think it is. Cool. And Q circle. Ugh, you're gonna be a pain in my ass, aren't you? But you want to work. Q. No, not gonna work. Okay, fine. Undo that then. Well, we can keep them there. That's kind of what we're thinking of. In all honesty. Shift S2 tab. Shift A mesh. It's going to be a little bit more of a pain in my ass, but cylinder dot S Shift Z GZ1. Okay, actually it's a little too far out anyway. We'll just do it manually. Screw it. And we'll leave the extra edge loops though, because why not? 2, Control R. There we go. 3, Alt E on normals, extend it out. Great. And still kind of big, but I don't know. Maybe we'll keep it big for a little bit. Take those, Alt E, normals, and bring them in. That'll work. There we go. And inset E up again, like that high. Cool. No, it's not going to entail cables. I apologize. We are not. It will not give you cables this time. E, and then take that, 2, and that. Control bevel. Add a few more, like that. Cool. And then 3, select those, Alt E along normals, and like that. Cool. This whole thing is going to give it some material so that I can then give this section another material, in this case, a light. Color light, I think we're going to go with a nice harsh blue light. And let's just make this material. We'll go ahead and grab it, give it one now. Shaders, me, metal sheeting. And I'm not sure how greebly I want to make it. Like we could go extra greebly, but I don't know that we're going to this time. But let's select these 3. Yeah, actually tab and Shift Q and random slice, inset 25. And our depth bit bigger. 50. And slice. And scale. Max to bring them in. So they kind of do that little divoty thing here. And that works good to me, but I think, because I don't really care about it, to be honest, it's just going to make it some interesting. I want to make it symmetrical, and I'm not going to really spend a lot of time worrying about which direction it goes. That looks good to me. Let's apply it. And tab A, U, cube projection, and see what we have. We're at 56, we're doing good. Just about perfect for where I wanted to be. Tab. Perfect. Okay, cool. 7. Okay, now I'm gonna Alt V, I'm gonna turn on cavity so I can maybe see a little better. It still doesn't help me at the top. You know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. Tab 3, hide. Okay, P section. So now I can hide this because I want to take these, G, move it to here, just outside, right? Yep. And then Alt D, G, Y to here, just outside. And we can take those two. Alt D, GX to there. We can take these two and Alt D to there. Those 4. There we go. Alt D to there. And then just these two here. Alt D to there. Now we could turn back on that other land. Where was it? There. Ah, good. Cube projection. The lazy man's UV tool. Let's see what we got. So we got some lights now. Cool. And the reason I wanted those is I want to try, this is a variant of what I was talking about with Ian Hubert the other day. I want to Shift D, Q, add modifier solidify, bring that up to about there. And we still have the ground, right? Yes, we do. Okay, now this, and we're going to apply it. And now we're going to go just doink around for just a second. Let's go to the shader editor. And new, we're going to call it force field, which will give you a hint as to what we're doing. Delete the principled, and we're going to bring in a transparent shader to start with. And hook it up, and it's gone. We still had the ground, didn't we? Or did I get rid of the ground too? I thought I made a copy of it. Okay, I want to make sure I have the ground, so. Oh, it's there, okay. Cool, we'll make it just off the ground for whatever reason. Great, okay, shading. And right now, you can't see shit. And that's cool, but we know that if we do this, you'll get this blue. And one thing we're gonna try is whenever I change this value to 5, that's too much, 2. Maybe still be too much. 1.5. 1.8. That's kind of interesting. Now let's try one other thing. Transparent. Again, empty. Now let's merge these two together. Mix shader. And let's factor them with layer weight. Let's see what we get with Fresnel. No, or facing. Do we want either of those? No. You know what we might want though? Just thinking this. Just thinking it through. Let's see. Search bevel node. What does it give us if we see it? Can we use that? I want those edges. Edge detection nodes. How are we doing the edge detection in... Let's go look at the other one. Let me just see here. We'll steal. Right? Yes. The dirt standard. Is he just using AO? Edgeware. Tab. Dot product of the bevel with the geometry. That's it. Yeah, we'll just take this whole group. And come to here. And Control V. Paste it. And if we take factor to factor, what are you going to give us? Tab. What's it multiplying by? Shouldn't be any of these things. Come on, Seth. Yep, turn disco floor. Absolutely. We are just testing some things. Factor of 1. Radius of 0.2. And if we solo that, what does it give us? I just want to see here. Tab. I'm gonna maybe just take these things on its own. Is this the radius? Yep. Let's see if we get those things. I'm just gonna try this. Delete, Control V, value into here. There's our dot product of our radius of 2. Oh yeah, there we go. 3. So now our edges should start to get a little bit ramp. Put it here and darken it. Maybe not quite that much, but let's see. That's not bad. Let's see, tab. It might be a bit much of my color, but I kind of am liking that vibe. Let's take this color, bring the saturation back down on it, and the value back to 1.2. There we go. So it's a bit brighter. Just got this. We can play with it later, but Okay, do you guys understand what I did? If not, let me show you real quick. And if someone already understands, I apologize. So right now we have these cubes. They're just cubes, but we applied a transparent shader to them. This one. And you see it. What it does is it make it blue because that's the color it's allowing through. And I made it slightly brighter than 0, so it's actually brightening what you see through it. So it's brighter on the inside than on the outside, essentially. Or if you're looking all the way through, the background would be brighter. My problem with that is it goes right to the edge and it gets this really ugly, harsh line. So what I did was I then merged it with an actual clear transparent shader. See, nothing, with this mix shader. Then what I'm doing is essentially this dot product of the bevel node with the normals of the geometry gives you it's an edge detection method. Then I've color ramped it to increase the push on it. So now the corners are and edges, excuse me, are transparent, and the other stuff has that blue. So we get a kind of a blue force field that almost looks like a volume, but with the blurred edges, but it's a lot easier on our geometry than making a volume would be. Does that make sense? Save. I realize it's a little bit on the esoteric side of shading, but it's kind of cool. And now we're going to start putzing around with some geoscattering. But I'm going to take this thing, I'm just going to move it to its own group, new collection, force field, and turn it off. Dotashimashite. Daijobu yo. Okay, so here, these are still their own object. Great, awesome. We're going to now solo these. Tab 2, Control R. How many do we want? 15 seems good. Maybe a bit more. Let's go 18 or 20. 20 cuts. Control R, 20. Control R, 20. Awesome. Well, I'm glad glad it could make sense. Control R, and we're just going to create a lot more than 20. Let's say 50, 5, 55, and Control R, 55. And this one, we're just going to try to match it by eye since it's not exactly the same, but it's not super important. 30, it's going to be good. Okay, so now we have all of our planes cut. Now, we're going to geoscatter. And select our source as this thing. And I found yesterday, I didn't create them, but I had some old garden plant objects, and I have brought them into here, in this case, corn, just to show you. Corn objects. Ooh, corn. And we're going to select corn 8 and corn 9 as the ones we're going to use. And then we're going to come up here and scatter from browser. And our preset that we're going to use is one I rarely use, which is vertex and scatter assets. And we have rows of corn now. I'm going to putz with it a little bit though. Rotation, I want to set it to it should be fine. I'll turn off line tangent. And now we have rows of corn. And yeah, random rotation, I'm going to add tilt of like 8% and yaw of like 15. Just to give us a little bit of variation, but still basically lots of rows of corn. Then I'm going to turn off geoscatter for just a moment and see if I can't do something else. Dissolve vertices? No. Dissolve edges? No. I kind of want to get rid of these if I can. 3. I don't want to be quite that big, so let's just see if this will work. X, dissolve faces, edges. That shrinks it down quite a bit. Do we like it better? Let's look and see. And we lost maybe one too many. I do like it, cuts it in, but maybe not. I think what I might do instead is, yeah. So these 3. Sometimes it's just easier to do this. Create a 1 control minus. Can I do that? Will it give it to me? Yes, it will. Vertex group plus assign, and I'm just going to call it edge. Doesn't matter. Okay, tab. And over here, culling mask, vertex group, edge. Let's see if that helped us. Did I hide everything again? Yeah, edge. No. Why are they still hidden? All right, whatever, because I'm gonna have to come through and figure out which ones they are now. Oh, that's on again. Right, okay, yes, there we go. But I still have edge. And culling group, vertex group, edge. There we go. Now they nicely fit in their fields. Save. Okay. Now, on these things, this is something I wanted to play with before. I want to see. We're going to go to rocks. So I'm going to grab some rocks from Botanic. I'm going to grab all of these. We'll take these granite rocks. I know you can't see them yet, but they're there. And we're going to make a new, just scatter. And we'll keep it low for right now. We're going to change it. And scatter the assets across. Nope, this one, yes. So different plane. We're going to grab that. Why are you not grabbing it? Am I in edit mode? No. Emitter. Select. Can I not select this plane? Did I do something stupid like turn off selecting on it? Yep, I did something stupid like turning off select on it. Select that. Browser selected. Random, scatter assets. We're gonna have rocks everywhere. It's gonna be a pain. Rocks everywhere. We do not want rocks everywhere, and these rocks are too big anyway. So let's start first by scaling them. Default scale of 0.25. That seems better for what I want. Now, we want them on, I could do faces, but I think I'm gonna do it this way. Abiotic slopes. And the slope we want them on is a minimum of 89. No, maximum of 90. And a minimum of higher. Yeah. So we don't allow for anything on a flat space. And then we're just going to increase our distribution till we have walls. So now we have rock edges along the sides here. Now, that's just an easy way to do it. Now, the only thing I want to do here is edit that, Alt hide, bring it back, 3, this one and this one. I also want to allow them in there. And maybe the easiest way to do that, as I think about it, solo them, Alt hide, or yeah, Shift hide, just get those faces. Now, what if I were to take 2, Control R, add an edge loop here, and Control R, come on, give me my edge loop, Control R, is there an edge thing there? 1. Yes, there's that one weird thing, fine. 7, doesn't even matter, just long. KY, to there. As long as I can take that and this and GZ up slightly, which is to say, make it not a flat angle. Now my wall is there. And we can adjust it as we want to. And we could do a little more flat, but not that much flatter. There we go. So we have our walls. Save. Now I want, because I'm just feeling farmy, 3, select that, and I'm going to give it a new vertex group, assign, and call it driveway. And cool. So now let's come out and we're going to make things painful for ourselves. Create a new biome scatter group. And come back here. Gotta get rid of that. It's hiding behind something else in my other window. There we go. And I'm gonna go with Wasteland 6. Or Wasteland 6 estimated 175 per thing. Wasteland 3, 184. 6 it is. Or 4. Or 108. That works too. I'm picking things that are smaller, basically. Cool. What is it? It says it's big, but that's fine. I'm just going to turn off the other one, make sure, see if it's putting it on the slopes. It is putting it on the slopes. We don't want it on the slopes, which is a pain. And there's no way to do it for all of them, so I have to just do it individually, which is fine. Turn off rotation, or hide rotation. Abiotic, slope, maximum 15. That should keep it pretty much right. Yep. Actually, maybe even max, because we want maximum slope of 2. And and 0 transition. Good. Here. And we'll see if this works because we'll be able to see it. Slope, maximum 2. And clump high, slope. We all know the drill. Maximum 2. And here, slope, maximum 2. And branches. I should be coming back though. I don't know why it's not, because we should be seeing them all. That got very sparse all of a sudden. Just from the slope. That's bizarre, because it shouldn't have. Let's see, times. I mean, I'll just bring it back. I don't care. Clump. Add some more clumps. There. Low. Yes, we are going to get a background thing. I'm just adding this. Although, honestly, we could just do fairly low, and I think it'd be fine. Branches, we're not going to increase more. And then this whole group, I don't want it on the driveway. So vertex group, driveway. Okay, so there's our ground, not on driveway. Now, I think I'm going to pick Rocky Plane 1, ironically. Create it, and it's going to be like, woo, so much pain, so much pain. Come on. We only want it on the driveway. Yes, I know. You're hiding. You better hide things. Vertex group. Driveway. Revert it. And we're just going to remove branches from entirely. And thorns from it entirely. It should be okay. Now let's save and go back into color mode. Yeah, this would be another one we might go a little bit long on. But yeah, that's okay. That's looking all right. I might tweak it a bit, but I'm not sure how much the driveway is really going to be a factor for us anyway. And if we turn just to C, let's turn back on our force fields. So they look like with corn in them. We might brighten it up a bit more. But I kind of think that's cool. Okay, save it. I'm going to just hide the driveway material because I don't really think I care that much right now. And it's going to think for a minute, but that's fine. And then we're going to hide the grass as well because it's not really changing anything in our material. We just know it's there. I think we'll leave the rocks turned on. I don't think they're that bad. And okay. Yep. And hide our force field again. Okay, now this stuff, I'm just gonna get rid of this house. We don't need it. And these things, they're already set to don't render. But I'm just going to GZ, bring them way down. Just get them out of the way. Okay, so yes, we definitely need to think about what we're going to do for camera. I wanted to put, maybe I'll do this. We got time. Well, I don't know if we have time. We're going to do it anyway. If you want to leave, you can. All right, I'm going to turn off geoscatter entirely for right now. Tab. 2. Great. 7. E. It doesn't super matter. Control R. To there. Control R. To here. And Control R. There. And Control bevel. That. Cool. GZ down. This is going to be a dirt canal, but it is going to be a canal. We want to, we don't want to have the stuff in it though. So we need to make this 3 and that. And we need to create a new vertex group, call it canal. Can you help me rename it? Oh, come on. Okay. You gonna let me rename it? There we go. Canal. And here in Wasteland 5, I already have a vertex group. All right. Yeah, I know how to do it. Tab. Canal driveway. Select. Add to canal. Sounds awesome to me, actually. Okay, so now it's all in canal. Now we can change this driveway to canal, and we'll just turn it back on. But that will, so now the driveway will have its for picking its own, but for not having one, it won't go in either of those 2 places. So that should be fine. Okay, cool. Well, there you go then. And we're going to keep it kind of low here. So, but we could add a bit more. I'm going to go grab go away biomes. There we go, this. Did I put in ground? Yes, ground. Forest cliffs. We're gonna grab those cliffs that we used the other day because they're just cool. Bring them in. I'm in edit mode. I can't bring them in. Object mode. There. And Alt G just to bring it down. Woo, we have a cliff in the middle of our farm. Back to like here. And down just a bit. And then 7. Alt D. We're just gonna dupe it. And there we go. And then let's grab another one. Smaller. Let's see, does it line up? 3 GZ down. And I think we're just gonna take the first one again. We're local, global. So something like that, kind of going around the outside of our farm, which is gonna be our angle like that. And then let's see, 7. Let's do one more. I think that'll help hide that it's the same one too, won't it? Ugh. That seems all right. Don't want to be camera angle yet though. Cool. And I think to help us even further, let's do a bit more. I'm going to come back here, edit this, 7. Let's see, 2, E to there, 3, P, separate the selection, 2, tab, tab, E, and then E. All that should be good. Now, GZ, bring it down just a stitch. Cool. And do I use PureF? I don't. I've heard good things about it. It sounds cool. My ref tends to honestly be just Pinterest and Google image search, but I don't typically keep stuff. And maybe I should, but I don't often look at ref when I'm making things like this so much as when I'm trying to come up with an idea. And there are different schools of thought about that. So I won't say that I am correct or anything like that, but I'm going to tab A. Cool. Yeah, we have it. Cool. Shift Q. Quick displace. And I'm going to cut it. I always forget quick displace where the cuts are. Cuts. 10. And strength 5. Okay, yep, that works. They're a little bit stringy, but that's fine. I don't want maybe strength 5. Let's see. Size of 0.5. There we go. No, I mean, I hear good things about it. And if you're a reference person like that, it's amazing. I think for me, my reference kind of comes to like, I want to think of an idea. And I'm not usually modeling something super specific. If I was trying to model something super specific, I would use reference a lot more than I do. So, um, you know, your mileage may vary. Cube projection. Let's give it to ground again. It's still got it. Okay. And now let's go select it. I'm going to put a forest in the background, essentially. Yeah, reference is vibe for me. But I might be better if I used it more. Like, I'm not going to argue that necessarily. I'm not saying I am right, just that often I don't. But biome 1, sure. It's going to be biome 1. We're going to give it a forest. It's going to think for a second. Yeah. we're over time already. So anyone, I apologize for going long if you wanted this done in 90 minutes, but this is a little bit more complicated than some stuff. So, there we go. Trees. Cool. I think that's quite helpful, actually. Let's save. And as you have gathered, I'm sure our angles, we're going to be primarily looking in on it this way. We're not going to turn around and look the other way very much. Yeah, that's looking good to me. Now we need to add the water. We haven't crashed Blender yet. Oh, come on. Why would you say that? Do you hate me? Come on. You people. Gosh, I thought you were my friends. There we go. Just creating the water out of using the land. Here, Q. Solidify it. Down. Probably a little too far. Yeah, it's not too bad. We're under 1 million polys before, what you call it, geoscatter. We're not doing bad. -3. Bring it back up until we're, yeah, we want to be underneath the ground, but just. Okay, there we go. And apply it. And go find Polygon IQ, polygonic, whatever. I've jumped back and forth how to say it. Add our material. Okay, we has water, which we may or may not ever see, but we has it. Icon has water. And actually, just for fun, sure. Let's see. Tab. Edge, bridge edge loops. Let's just solve this sucker. P section. Great. Now it's its own thing. Tab 3 E E and I want individual and E and solo. Cool. We're building a tunnel entrance for the water. So the water comes out of a underground canal system right here. And that way our ground connects well. We have no holes. Cool. A, Shift Q, slice it, depth of max 0.2. Ooh, pretty. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Cool. And it doesn't need to be mirrored, so that's fine. Tab A, U, Q project, and give it a material of paneling. Sheeting plain gray. I could keep building on these things forever. Just get into it. But There we go. That's pretty dark, um, which is ironic because our world is pretty much just white light coming in, but it feels dark to me. Let's start doing some skies. We're getting near the end now. HDR maker. We're not really going to see much, I don't think, which is cool. Open world. Nice bright sky. And let's just see how we feel about it. That's very high contrast. Almost pretty enough for random koi fish. Exactly. That's very high contrast for what we're doing. I think it's probably a little too high contrast. Let's see if this one's better. We might have to make it brighter. Exposure 2. That's pretty cool. You kind of see it. It doesn't feel so overblown that I don't believe it's possible. Yeah. Yeah. I like this little thing here. That's cool. Save. All right, let's turn back on our force fields. I kind of think we might want them a little brighter. Color 0.5. That feels better, I think. Not really. The light's just kind of, I mean, it's already below the horizon, right? So the sun's actually coming from over here, the other side. So we could throw a sunlight in there if we wanted to, but I kind of like it a little bit more gentle. Let's drop back into gray, but cool. And drop our force field out for right now. And photographer, camera. I upgraded to the latest version yesterday, which means it puts at the bottom of my add-ons list. I don't know if the latest version gives us that much more, but we did it. Because I upgraded my latest to the latest version of Blender too after Michael mentioned that there was a newer one. I was like, yeah, let's do that. So it was like, you know, upgrade stuff day. And I don't know that we want to be in our fine. I'm just gonna come back out. Maybe I'll just move the camera manually for right now instead of flybying it. I don't do that all that often, actually. Where do we want to put it? We could come over here. Something like that. It's a little high. Let's come down. See, that's going to show it through the force field, which we may or may not want. What do we see? So I'm turning the fields on. Maybe even go wider than 35. Take it to like a 28. And what's our height on our camera right now? Z height, 0.7 meters. Let's go to like 1.2. It's like pretty close to if you were holding the camera sort of just down a little bit and looking at it. And line that up like that. And I think the other thing I want to add, now we got that there, is a car or a vehicle. But I think we'll use my car because fuck it, I just made a car. And I did add that to our asset kit, so it's easy enough. Ground car. Yeah, and that seems like it's a good scale. It's a tiny car compared to the farm, but you know, hey, let's move it back in. We definitely have room. We could do it and the Colonist truck if we wanted to. Maybe we will. Bring it kind of over. And let's bring in the Colonist truck. See if it fits under that roof. It's kind of big. You don't really realize how big it is until you make it. And you're like, holy shit, that was kind of high. Yeah, it does. That's how big that is. Cool. Can't super see it because our little thing's in the way, but we will see it in other shots, I think. Save it. And we could put a person. People always kind of, all farmers have more than one car. I know, right? That is certainly the stereotype. I don't guess it's 100% true, but that is certainly the stereotype. Did I make anybody here I want to use? These are like old guys from the Korean world set, which I liked, but um, let's see what this guy looks like. Where can I put him? I liked him. Yeah, so we'll use him. Why not? G. Ground. It's a little low. GZ. Totally. I don't like him. Can we bring him a little bit further closer or a little further away? Kind of framed by the door. Might be a little hard to see depending on the colors, but we'll look at it in a second. And we will focus, because he's a person, we'll focus on him. And let's turn it back on. Now he'll fit pretty well. You see him through the glow, so he's a bit brighter, right? No, we shouldn't be seeing him through the glow. Let's turn on just scatter. Things got turned off that I didn't want turned off, didn't they? Yeah. There's our plants. Yeah, I think it's looking all right. Thank you. Corey's got that. I thought I was gonna suck, but it's turned out okay. Yeah, yeah. I hope. I don't know why all these turned off, but hey, we'll turn it back on. I auto hid something by accident. There we go. There's our trees coming in. Cool. And Too small. Small branches. Come on. Look at all this. We're almost done now. Turn stuff back on. Oh, I need to watch the Beacon stuff. I haven't watched any of that yet. That sounds like it could be cool. Do we like it? Is it a little too blue? Is everything a little too blue? Everything's very blue. It's all blue. Dabba-dee dabba-da. It's just in the nature of testing. Let's see what our force field does if we make it orange. Ooh, that's or green. That's that's intense, right? I like it blue, I think, or bluer. Let's see more over here. But I do have one other thing I want to try for it. What if we go to shading? Traffic cones? No. It's our force field shader. But what if we changed our strength of our color? So let's Shift A, search RGB. And we'll grab the color from here. We can run through that. Should be the same, but let's see, Shift A, search wave texture. And I'm just gonna solo this sucker for right now. Maybe. Blender's gonna think about it for a second. Not so much a gradient, but I want to try introducing some like flicker noise to it, basically. Like a scan refresh rate from an old LCD monitor. If Blender will decide it wants to actually do this. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let's solo our wave texture. Yeah. And scale it up. Diagonal. Does it go across that way? We do get vertical. We get sideways ones too. All right. Are they there? Distortion. There we go. There we go. That's better. Scale 50. Cool. Now, so this color is set to value 1. Oh, that's why I got darker, because it didn't pick up the extra strength. Extra strength. Shift A, search. Math. And I want to add, I want to multiply and add. Right, or add multiply. Is there an add multiply? I'm not sure which one it does first. Let's see what it does. Multiplier. Add of 1. Let's see what we got. It's much whiter now, isn't it? Add a 0.5. It makes it darker. Yeah. And color. That's kind of a weird. What are we getting? Oh, because it's not adding as a color. That's why. We're just getting black and white. So we know what we need to do is, let's just get rid of this for right now. Come back. Shift A, search. Hue-Satch value color. There we go. And this is going to go into our value, and that's where we want the multiply add. Or even just add. We could just add. Take it up to like multiplier. Well, 5. Let's just see what it does. Add 0.5. We actually, oh, we're not connected anymore. Whew, that's super bright. Where it's bright. Add 1. Yeah, that'll make it evener. Okay. Multiplier 1.2. Add 1. Is that better? That might be too bright. Or multiplier of 2. We're getting there now. 3. Let's see. No crash! No crash! Just trying to do something cool with this material. Let's see if it gives us something cool. I think that's neater. Yeah, that's cooler. Definitely gives us more of like a weird vibe going on to it. And I wonder if we couldn't. Do we want to do it to that too? We could add it to that. So it would be more to the translation as well. But no, I think that's fine. Maybe we'll get a little too cray-cray. Let's see what this does. All kinds of craziness. But let's see what this does. Also all kinds of craziness. Ooh, now that I like. It does change the saturation down too. That's cool. That feels better to me. Glad I played. And just one last ticky-boo on this thing here. I want our blue emissive to be brighter. 5 is not enough. 25. Yeah, there we go. Save. Yep. Cool. And I think we're getting close to done. There's our dude. Our light's a bit bright now. Let's just see if we can't decide we want to change that just a bit, because I brought up exposure of 2. Let's 1. It might be a little low, but I think 2 is a little high. Go to 1, and then maybe in photographer we'll adjust the exposure. Let's see if that helps us too. Lots of different ways we can tweak this, and it's just kind of which light sources it's going to add value to. So by doing this, we'll increase everything and not just the sky in brightness. Yeah, maybe just a little. Yes, I think so. And I think just this dude needs to move. I don't like him in front of the door now. Let's see if we can move him without G Shift C. I'm gonna need to. That's too close. Let's drop back. That bright light is the dark. Yeah, exactly. G X, right? Yes. GY. Cool. Turn him just a little bit. There. And GY just to get him a little bit less tangenty there. Hopefully. I don't know if that makes a difference, but you know. And we will once again focus on him. Is he any different? He's still 5-3 away. Cool. And we're going to change over here in world our mispass depth to 250. So it won't do as much. Save. Let's see what we got. Cool. Yep, he's looking good. They're looking good. There will be grass and shit on the ground here. That will help that a lot. Trees are there. I think we are in good shape, folks. I think I'm gonna call it. Render. Oh yeah, look at these lines. That's just cool. Like that's styling. Let's just see what it looks like with the camera compositor turned on. Yeah, it's not accurate, but it's closer. I think that's really neat. I think we got something cool. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I know we got a little over 2 hours today again, but yeah, it's Friday. Whatever. Um, I'll get this posted up, and yeah, we will be back again on Monday. And we'll do some more stuff with the transparent shaders because there's other cool things we can do. I just kind of got fixated on this one. Right on. Fertilizer on the ground. Yeah, yeah, totally. Okay, well, take care, everybody. I'm gonna go make myself some tea. Everyone's been talking about tea in the chat all morning. I'm like, ah, yeah, tea sounds good. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again later. Okay, bye.